So I'm going to talk about a fix which labels implement on all of the artists the moment they get signed that helps 1,000, if not 1,000,000, if not infinitely multiply the artist's chances of success. I'm going to blow your mind and I'm going to change the way you think, okay? And I'm not even exaggerating this. If you follow me, you know I only drop gems, okay? If you were to spend, $50 on advertising, right? Putting an ad on Instagram showcasing your music, you performing your music, you may only get anywhere between an additional 5 to 10 monthly Spotify listeners, right? Out of the $50 you spend, you're gonna get anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 Instagram views, yeah? And from that, you may only harness between 5 to 10 monthly Spotify listeners. However, when a label spends $50 on the fixed version of you, something that they've adjusted with you, I'm gonna tease you a little bit. When they spend $50, they'll get anywhere between 500 to 1,000 additionally monthly Spotify listeners. And honestly, 1,000, this can be like 1,000,000. And you're gonna think I'm exaggerating here. I'm gonna explain why I'm not and how this one fix can literally change your career. Right now, if I were to give you as an artist $10,000 US dollars to market your music over the next month, what would you do? You may go ahead and say 3K on a music video, 3K on ads on Facebook and Instagram, hiring influencers to make content, maybe spend 1K on that, maybe 2K on playlisting, and maybe another 1K for photography. That's how the average person would spend $10,000 to promote their music. Now, once again, I'm about to blow your mind. For anybody who has not implemented this strategy, I will blow your mind. Let me erase this right now and be the first to say that when you start off in music, let's say, assuming you make good music, okay? Well, you don't have to perfect your craft. There's no such thing as that. But once you've created music in which you're confident to start releasing and promoting, the first thing you should invest in is your self-image. Basically, after you watch this video and throughout this video, you're gonna be constantly saying, what the I should have started doing this earlier. So when I talk about your self-image, I am encouraging you to have the most captivating first impression. And I will teach you how you can make yourself look as captivating as possible according to your looks, your competitive advantages, meaning things that you have that you can use to your advantage that other people can't. Examples being your height, your facial features, hair color, the place that you're from, what country you're living in, blah, 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 blah. Basically, every artist will have a different way in which they can maximize their first impression. So I'm gonna explain this in a little more detail to make you realize how important this is. Now I wanna give you a quick analogy right now. So please give me a little bit of patience because I want to change how you think. Let's say you are a salesman and you have your own business and you want to cold approach different businesses to sell wine. Let's say all you have is a pair of shorts, t-shirt and sandals. That's all you have. And you try to cold approach. You spend 12 hours a day cold approaching different restaurants. Out of the 12 hours that you spend, you get 1 lead. However, if you were to just spend 500 US dollars on an amazing outfit, on a booklet and a laptop that you carry around so you have this amazing first impression when you approach these businesses to sell your wine, your results will be infinitely higher. So I want to go back to this. People who don't understand the importance of this are the same people who will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to market the music and still not get results, okay? By the way, this is assuming you make good music. So let's go through a few pictures of artists before and after they started implementing this strategy of maximizing their first impression. Central C before and Central C after. Kodak Black before and Kodak Black after. Lil Baby before and Lil Baby after. Lil Uzi Vert before and Lil Uzi Vert after. With all of these examples here, you can't tell me that the version after, the improved version, looks way more captivating. Which one is going to grab your attention as you scroll through Instagram? Let's say you own a bubble tea store. Assuming these two individuals here have the same personality, friendliness, and morals, which one are you more likely to hire? Your first impression matters so much, and it doesn't matter how you look, because you can always use your looks to your advantage to maximize how captivating you are on Instagram. All right, when people scroll through Instagram, your look is what stops people from scrolling. This is so powerful because people are not looking to find musicians on Instagram. Well, a very small amount of people, only people like me who are scouting for musicians, do that. But nobody does that. So stop thinking that your music is what's gonna carry your attention, to grab people's attention. It's never the case. A huge part of it is your face, your image. Your first impression is your biggest asset. And I'm gonna give you another reason why you need to implement this now before you start any other marketing scheme as a musician. This is serious, okay? This is dead serious. So let's go back to spending money. $1,000. The most common way to spend money in terms of advertising for music is on ads, right? The worst thing about spending money on ads is that it's a risk. On the positive side, if you spend $1,000, it may get you a lot of views and impressions, and that video could possibly go viral, which is very rare. And you get 1 million streams from just spending $1,000 US, and therefore you make your money back. You actually make 3,000 US dollars off Spotify streams. However, the worst can happen. Your video may be something that nobody actually wants to watch, and therefore you only harness 10 to 500 new streams, which some people would call a win. Most of these streams being people who are just curious but don't actually care about your music. Spending $1,000 on things like ads is a risk. And what's even more of a risk is spending $5,000 on a music video, and that music video only getting 200 views. And because you feel so shit about that, you end up spending more money on ads, let's say another $1,000, and then only getting 10 to 500 streams from that. Here's a better way you can spend that $1,000. Your self-image, because you are creating a permanent impact on your career. So now this advice means nothing if you don't take action. And if you are in need for more personalized custom help, then I have 12 mentorship slots available for March. In February, we filled up within the first 14 days, so you better apply quick if you're interested. Now, our goal is to help you gain guidance when it comes to your music career and help you blow up as a musician. That's our goal for the next 90 days. If you're interested, I hope to see you there, and good luck. If you spend money on yellow grills or green grills, something that stands out and captivates someone's attention, right? Green grills, and they have fangs coming out, bro. You go and get them made in China, you spend 700 US dollars, okay? And you go ahead and make a custom mask that looks something like this. I'm giving you extreme examples here. And let's just say this mask actually comes down here, and you have a opening where you can see your eyes here, and you have black contacts, so your eyes just look completely black. All right, this seems corny and cringy, but let's just say it looks cool, right? You spent 1,000 US dollars on an image that you can use for the rest of your life that's gonna constantly captivate people's attention, and additionally, you have officially become an icon in people's eyes once you keep on popping up into people's For You page. So like I've mentioned, when there's a version of you that is so captivating, anything that you do when it comes to marketing will have 1,000 freaking 1 million times the effect compared to you that just looks like every ordinary person, because everybody scrolls past ordinary people. People only want to watch things that are novel, out of the ordinary. Who wants to scroll on Instagram and watch something that is not novel? Novelty is the biggest trigger for curiosity, because novel means something that is new, and curiosity is the desire to know. And we want to know things that we aren't familiar about, okay? Just like a kid. We all have this kidness inside of us, and therefore things that are out of the ordinary, such as a character like this, it's gonna grab our attention. I'm sorry if I rambled for 10, 15, 20 minutes, but if that's the amount of time that it takes for you to get this in your head, that you fixing your first impression is so important, then so be it. Okay, you got some homework to do. Down in the comments below, I want you to think of something that you can do to alter your appearance, to make yourself stand out, and put it down in the comments below. I want all of you to fuel each other's creativity and make people feel like it's okay to stand out, to give yourself permission to stand out, to encourage other people to stand out as well. And of course, I genuinely don't want anybody to do anything horrific to your appearance. I just mean stuff like adding stuff on that is not permanent to your appearance to help you stand out if you really do want to take this route. Did you see how I just created a character on the spot that you know in your head, you're like, holy shit, that would actually work and that would be pretty sick. Do you want to know how I do that? I'll tell you how I do that. Anybody who follows me and has followed me for a while knows about these two strategies, which I often talk about. And the first one is component alteration. Component alteration is something that you use to maximize the level of novelty of something. Basically to create things that are so new that nobody has heard of. So let's say you have a avatar here. There are different things that this avatar can wear. There's head apparel, there is mouth apparel, such as grills. There's also makeup. There's also contact lens colors. There's also earrings. When it comes to your clothes, that's a whole nother story. What you wear on top, what you wear on your feet, and what you wear on the bottom in terms of your shorts and pants. Facial hair. How can you alter different parts or different components of your appearance to make yourself stand out? That's what component alteration is. Altering components of something to make yourself stand out, to make something stand out. And this applies to pretty much anything. The most common book color is blue. Alter the color of the book to be yellow, and therefore you have a book that stands out. It's a very simple analogy, but most people don't do anything to their eyes. However, if you were to wear contact lenses that were black, that's altering a component of your appearance to help you stand out. And facial hair, let's just say you got your beard split into two and you tied a ribbon like that and a ribbon like that. Bro, this is just me making shit up off the dome. That's something that's never been done before. Additionally, if you braided your beard, bro, that could look fire. I genuinely think that could be fire if you braided your beard up in a nice way. I'm being completely honest about that. XXXTentacion, component alteration. Everybody usually dyes their hair or dyes tips of their hair. However, he split his hair in half where one was yellow and one was black. Component alteration. He's altering the style of dyeing your hair. You're altering the style of your grills by having triangle-shaped teeth like 6ix9ine had with his grills compared to the regular grills that just look like this. This is component alteration. And if you find that it is corny and cringy to alter your appearance just to get attention, then why are you trying to search for help about marketing? Do you know what marketing is? It's harnessing attention. So don't try to make or put down people who alter their appearance to make themselves stand out, because you're just jealous that you are too embarrassed or too shy or too afraid about what other people think to make these changes to your appearance. That's all that it is. And if you're doubting that, don't you just feel like that's you trying to, battle against those feelings of insecurities within yourself? I'm not here to tell you what to do, obviously, because that would be very irresponsible of me, nor would you or should you take my advice and just follow it. But I hope that this encourages you to stop caring about what people think and to finally take that step forward in changing your appearance. If you've wanted to for a while and you've just been shy, go ahead and do it and share your experience down in the comments below. And I want to mention right now, things always look stupid when they first start or when they first happen. However, when someone becomes popular, that thing that looks stupid, especially if the individual's music is actually good and there's some value behind that artist and people like that artist, whatever that stupid feature is of that artist, it actually looks cool after a while. Such as people having wigs. That looks stupid. When I first saw it, I was like, what the hell are these people in Florida doing? Until I started to enjoy the music from the rappers and actually started to appreciate the wigs from Florida rappers. Things look stupid at first, but once you're able to overcome that and actually have value as an artist, you no longer look stupid. You look badass. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.